Hey guys, thanks for jumping on with me. For those of you that don't know me, I am Susie, one of the coaches that's going to be leading the Morning Meltdown group. We are going to go over some of the nutrition tips and tricks that I think really help me when it comes to eating right. And as Brooke has the book, I haven't got my book yet because I'm out of town, but I know it's sitting on my counter at home and I can't wait to dive in. So I've just been looking at everything on the back office, or not the back office, through Beachbody On Demand. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. For those of you guys that haven't gone through and looked at it, if you have the book, you can use the book, obviously, but some of us haven't gotten our books yet, or you're still waiting for your program materials. So when you guys go to Beachbody On Demand, you can just scroll down, find your Morning Meltdown program, click on it, click on the program materials. You can read through the Getting Started guide. You can check out the information about the book, which hopefully you got in the mail, and then you have the nutrition guide. And so everything is in here. And one of the things that you want to do first before Monday, obviously, because we kick off on Monday, is you need to go through this, whether you have the hard copy or the soft copy on the computer, and read through everything. It's super easy to calculate. Once it will load, I will show you. It's super easy to calculate all of the things. Okay. So basically, she runs down how to find your plan. You have two options. You can lose weight or you can maintain weight. I personally am in the plan B. So when it comes to your food, you stick to whatever your plan is here. And then if you have done Ultimate Portion Fix in the past, you use your Ultimate Portion Fix plan, or you do 2B Mindset if you did 2B Mindset in the past. Now, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about that. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you just stick with, like for me, I'm plan B, so I'm just going to stick with this plan right here, which is about 1,500 calories. I'm going to have breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and dinner. So we can go over that with you can go over that with your coach later at a later date. But
wait, Susie, real quick.
Yes.
So on that, you guys, if you are brand new and you haven't done Ultimate Portion Fix or 2B Mindset, then we're going to suggest that you do Ultimate Portion Fix, right? And you're going to follow that container system, because 2B Mindset is a totally different plan. Ultimate Portion Fix, we can teach you right now. And we can tell you, if you pick what plan you're in, we're going to show you, we have a drive that's going to show you what that entails.
Yeah, and so basically everything's broken down by containers, and I'm going to show you really quickly what those containers look like. So like Brooke just mentioned, so what I've gone ahead and done, and I shared this today in our tracker on the post from yesterday about today's call. I went ahead and shared the Google Drive, and basically this is a Google Drive that has really good information in it for us to have success. I'm going to go over this prep for success in a second. Most of you already got this. Whether you're on my team, Brooke's team, another coach, whatever. Some of you guys have probably already seen some of this. This just kind of gives you a cliff notes on how to get started, really important things about the nutrition. One thing that I really like is this meal plan with me, and it breaks it down. So this specific one is meal plan B, and it tells you how many of each container you get. So I get 3 carbs, I get 4 veggies, I get 3 fruits, and I get 4 proteins, I get 1 fat, I get 1 oil, and I get 4 teaspoons. Now those are the containers that I can eat for the day based on my plan for my weight loss. So now here's an example of how it's going to break out. So breakfast is going to be 1 red, which is a protein, 1 yellow, which is a carb, 1 purple, which is a fruit, 1 green, which is a veggie, and 1 blue, which is a healthy fat. So this is just an example. And so this is in the Google Drive for you. So you can now make it your turn, and you can make it work for you. So it's here. It's really super easy. And if you don't know, well, which veggies are greens, which fruits are purple, I've gone ahead and added the easy portion fix plan, or food containers on here for you. So you'll notice there's greens, these are the veggies, and I do want to point something out on here. The way that the foods are, like the foods at the top of the list, like kale and watercress and collard greens and spinach, they're at the top because they're the most nutritious vegetables. So try to stick to the top, because if you're down here eating vegetables and pickles, or vegetable broth and pickles and salsa for every meal, you're probably not going to have as much success as someone who's eating lots of spinach and kale. So just that's something to keep in mind. So all of the containers are broken down for this. And then I also went ahead and I added the vegan one as well for anyone that is vegan. So it's the same thing. The containers are all broken down for you. Obviously, the red's going to look a little bit different. It's not going to have any of those meats, but just to give you an idea if for anyone that is vegan. And
you guys, when you're doing your meal plan, like a lot of people's hardest problem is getting enough protein. Shakeology fills that spot. Mm-hmm. Shakeology is huge when trying to be successful in your nutrition.
Yep. Shakeology is a really, really big one. And so something that I wanted to share with you guys that works really, really well for me, because I'm always like in and out of the house, is I actually have this like little cheat sheet. And what I do with this is I have my plan and I have all of my containers that I have. Notice it's really small. It folds up and it fits in my wallet, because when I'm going out of the house and I'm like at a meal or something, I know how many containers I have left. Now, I haven't filled in my breakfast snack, my lunch, my snack, my dinner, but when I'm ready tomorrow, when I have like more time to sit down and really figure out what I want to really eat, just like we saw on that practice one, my breakfast is probably going to consist of 1 green, 1 yellow, 1 red, 1 purple, and I'm going to color code it so that I know how many of each container to eat here. Snack is probably going to be a red box and a green box. Lunch is going to be a red, green, purple, yellow, orange, blue, whatever. Snack, probably another green and a red, or green and a purple. And I'm not writing the foods on here, but I'm using this as a cheat sheet. And I swear to God, you guys, this has saved me. I did this with 80 Day, and it helped me so much, because I cannot tell you how many times I would leave the house and be like, I have no idea what containers to eat. I don't know what I'm doing. I've gone off plan. I'm going to eat everything that's in sight, because it's happened. In the past, I have gone and printed out all of the food lists. Now, this may seem crazy, but in the beginning of this program, this really helps me, because it helps me understand which foods were in each list. So like I wanted to know which foods were at the top of those veggies, or which most nutritious vegetables were at the top of that list. So that helped me. If you're not a visual person, or if that doesn't pertain to you, that's totally fine, but find whatever works for you and just figure out a way to stick to it. So I'm going to share my screen again and show you guys something else that, like, just a couple tips and tricks that really help I can't even talk, that really helped me. Okay, so this is just a list that really helps me when I'm getting ready to start any sort of meal plan, any sort of new program. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out my kitchen and I'm going to toss the junk. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, wow, that's kind of crazy, because my husband eats Oreos and he's not going to let me throw them away. That's totally fine, but maybe ask him to put them in a place where you're not going to be tempted to eat them, or maybe, talk to him about doing this plan with you, or whatever it is, because you want your whole family to be on board with you, because so often do we hear like, well, I can't do this plan because my kids eat this or my husband eats this, and that's fine, right? But it's only going to be easier if you can get everybody on board with you. So talk to everybody in the household, try to get everybody on plan with you, and just try to get rid of that junk before Monday comes, because you want to have no temptations in your house. The second thing is knowing your food plan. We just went over this. Go through, take some time, like a chunk of your time before Sunday. I would do it maybe tomorrow, Friday. Don't even wait till Saturday. Read through it, figure it out, ask your coach what questions you have, because again, just like Brooke said, nutrition is key. And we can hit every exercise, and I can attest to this. We can hit every exercise, we can hit every workout, but if we're not doing our nutrition, we are not going to see the results that we want to get. So think back to why you decided to start this 100-day challenge or this 100 workout challenge, and remind yourself when you're making this food plan, like if you're going to go all in, like I'm going all in 100%, because I want to see what's going to happen to my body, and I want to get over that plateau. I want to get out of where I am. I want to get out of this funk, and I'm tired of feeling this way. So I know that for me, when I take this little easy little paper postcard around with me, like this is going to remind me that this is why I'm doing this. So just know your plan and stick to it. food to go. What I mean for this is like when you're getting ready to run out of the house and you are leaving right after breakfast and you know you might not come back till lunchtime or you're going to be out till the afternoon, pack your lunch bag, right? Throw an ice pack in there, have your snacks ready to go, have your lunch to go, bring it with you so that you're not like, oh, I'm just going to stop at McDonald's. It'll just take 5 minutes. I can just go through the drive-thru. We've all been there, right? Like going to Auntie Anne's or whatever in the mall just because you're hungry. Like we've all been there. So just be a better planner and have these things prepared ahead of time so that you can just grab the things out of your fridge and be ready to go. Try new veggies. Veggies are super important. That list that we just went over, those veggies on the top of the list are the ones that are the most nutritious. Try to get a little bit, like Autumn always says, try to get experimental with your vegetables. If you're only eating carrots and spinach every day, 365 days a week, switch up your vegetables. Add some kale, add something else that I can't think of, add other things. I'm also really bad at this, so I need to try new vegetables while I'm doing these 100 workouts. Hydrate. Most of you guys know this. If you don't, you should be drinking half of your body weight in water a day. That's before you work out. Okay, so I weigh 200 pounds. I need to drink 100 ounces of water a day before I work out, right? Like not saying before the workout, but literally I need to drink 100 ounces of water a day. If I work out that day, I need to drink even more than 100 ounces. I don't know specifically how much, but I need to drink more than 100 ounces so that I'm staying hydrated. And one of those great things that the Performance line has is Hydrate, which is packed with electrolytes, which is really good for you to drink during your workout if you are using that part of the Performance line, or just to have, especially in these hot summer days, just like in Virginia with the Virginia heat last week. Stay hydrated is super, super important. And another thing is when you are getting hungry, drink water, right? Because most of the time we're not actually hungry. It's just our body and our mind tricking us into thinking that we are hungry. And if we just drink water, we're most likely going to get past that hunger craving. Brush your teeth after dinner. I did this right after dinner tonight. I was like, I'm not going to eat anything else. I'm not going to snack because more than likely 90% of the time, if I brush my teeth right after dinner, I'm less likely to go back into the kitchen, try and graze on something, look for ice cream, right? We've all been there. Go dig for popcorn. Brush your teeth after dinner. This works for me. I encourage you guys all to try it. Weekends are so hard. This is the time where most of us fall off, right? We're really good Monday through Friday in a routine, and then it comes Friday evening and just like the slope, and then it just de-escalates and it just goes down, down, and down, and we are back where we started on Monday. Go into your weekend with a plan. Figure out what you're going to eat. Figure out how, like, if you're going to go out to dinner, what's that going to look like? What containers are you going to eat when you're at dinner? Your portion at eating out is probably more than twice the size of a regular portion. So ask for a box right away if you are planning to eat out. But go into the weekend with a plan. Get your workout out of the way in the morning. Make sure you're staying hydrated. Take your snacks with you. If you're going to a party, plan a good snack, right? Like I am guilty of this and I need to be better about this, but it's so easy. Like if you're going to Super Bowl or whatever the party is, like bring a healthy snack, bring a veggie tray, bring something that's healthy rather than buffalo chicken dip, which I always bring. Make better choices on the weekend. Know your triggers and your cravings. Know, like, I love salty food. Know, like, how are you going to avoid eating that salty food? So rather than getting, I don't know, say, I can't think of an example right now, like French fries and greasy burgers, maybe instead of doing that this weekend, I'll do roasted cauliflower tossed in buffalo sauce. Like make substitutions so that you're still getting those, like, you're still satisfying those cravings. But also a big one for me is Shakeology in this category. I am a huge sugar lover, and whenever I have a sweet tooth, and something that really helps my cravings is Shakeology. So think about how you're going to get around those triggers and cravings and making better food choices and what that's going to look like. Because you and I, our cravings and our triggers are different. And if you know that you guys are going to your favorite restaurant and you're going to want to eat those cheese fries, what can you do instead of getting those cheese fries? planning ahead and knowing those things is going to be really important for this, especially because 100 workouts, like this is longer than 21 days, right? A lot of us have been doing 21-day fix, real time, or whatever it is that we've been doing. We want to do this for the long term. We don't want to just do this for 3 weeks. We want to make this something that sticks so that we can get those results and they can stay because we've made these lifestyle changes. This is my favorite one. Take your goodbye pics and your measurements. So this is what I mean. Tomorrow, someday, one day this weekend in the morning, I encourage you to take pictures. Now, I don't need you to post them. I don't need you to share them with anybody. I want you to save them for yourself, for your own personal journey, and they are your pictures. And if it's just you in a t-shirt and shorts, that's fine. It doesn't need to be a sports bra and shorts or pants, whatever you're comfortable in. Something basic, do it on a plain back wall, like a plain wall, so there's not a lot of distractions in the picture. Just take it. These are your goodbye pictures, because when we're done with these 100 workouts, your body is going to be changed so much. Your mindset is going to be changed so much. You're not going to look like you did in that picture that you're taking this weekend. Take those pictures for your own personal journey and take those measurements. And when I say measurements, I'm not just talking the number on the scale. I'm talking about the measurements on your arms, your bust, your waist, your hips, your legs, the upper thighs, your thighs, your thighs, your calves, like everything. Take the measurements, and if you don't know specifically which measurements to take, just ask your coach and we can help you. And then also, like Brooke said, like her and Julie, they're holding each other accountable and they're sharing their weekly measurements or their weekly photos with each other every week. If that's something that you want to do, if you want to reach out to your coach and do that with your coach, that's a great idea. Or find an accountability partner within our group and maybe team up and do that together, because that's going to also help you guys have success when you have that extra accountability. And then my last one, this one's a no-brainer. We have to meal prep. This might be the hardest one too, but it is the most important, because if we meal prep, we are going to prep for success. So I encourage all of you guys to go through the meal plan this weekend, figure out what plan you're on and figure out how you're going to meal prep. What does that look like? For me, it's Sunday nights. It's taking an hour out of my time, carving out my time, figuring out what I'm eating every day for lunch. I'm a very boring person when it comes to food. And I do like basic, like this week I'm doing taco salads loaded with veggies, with peppers and tomatoes and taco meat and spinach leaves, because that's what works for me. So I've got it prepped out for the next, I think I did it for 5 or 6 days, so that I'm ready to go, so that I have no excuses. Find a time that works for you to meal prep. If meal prepping also includes making your dinners ahead of time, maybe you go ahead and make a couple meals on a day that you have extra time on the weekend, where you're like, oh, I have extra time this weekend coming up because everyone's going to be out of the house. It's just me, myself, and I. Maybe you take that extra time and freeze a couple meals for your family, so that you can take them out of the freezer in the week and you can have them ready to go. Try different meals. When you guys come up with a recipe that's really great, share it with the group. There's so many resources. This nutrition plan and all of the resources or the recipes that Jericho gave us in that nutrition guide are amazing. I mean, like literally I was looking through them, and one of the coaches yesterday and the day before asked, like, which recipes are you getting ready to try? And I'm like, I want to try all of them. They look amazing. So that's really, really, those are my tips and tricks for success. We have so many resources for you guys. I encourage all of you guys to get everything set up for success before Sunday, so that you can hit the ground running on Monday. But I know that there are still several of you guys on here. What questions do you guys have? What are we worried about when it comes to meal plans and nutrition?
And Susie, while we wait for questions, I have a couple things to add in. I was taking notes while listening to you. And so I just want to chime in, because Susie and I are different in the fact that I have 3 kids and I have a family that I'm feeding every night. And people are always like, how am I going to be on a meal plan and feed my family? And here's how I do it, you guys. My kids eat what I eat. You know what I mean? Why not teach your kids good habits while they're young? I don't eat tofu or whatever that stuff is they tell us to eat on the reset or whatever. You know, I love that stuff, and I'll eat it on the reset when I'm doing it. But like when I'm normally eating, and what I'm going to eat on this plan is like chicken, and it's like a vegetable, and then I'll make them macaroni and cheese to go with it. You know what I mean? So I can just put an extra side on for them. Another little key to success that I have found personally is with meal planning, you guys. I know it sounds like a big pain in the ass, and it sounds like such a hard thing to do, but when you do it, it cancels so much of your grocery bill. Before I meal planned, I used to throw away so much food. My whole fridge, I'd be like, oops, didn't eat that, because I just went through the grocery store and just bought everything. Now I know exactly what I'm eating. I know exactly what my whole family's eating. I buy exactly the amount that I need. I don't throw stuff away. And it's amazing. Like when you meal plan, you spend your time on the outside of the grocery store. That's it. That's unless you need to buy a bag of chips to pack your kids' lunch. You know what I mean? And that's fine. It's fine to let your kids live their life as well. But I think like where I'm at, where Julie's at, like Susie mentioned that we're like in this thing where we're going to send each other our weight and like we're serious about the meal planning, is that our desire to change is way higher than our desire to stay the same. And I think that's what everyone needs to come to terms with right now. We need to draw the line in the sand and be like, listen, here's where we've been. Here's what we've done. Here's where we're not getting to where we want to be. And in order to change that, in order to get to where we want to be, we have to make sacrifices. Like there are things like the bag of Sour Patch Kids or the bag of Twizzlers or the bag of like inhaling all of my kids' stuff or ice cream every night. That's not to say that can't happen ever. But it's to say that, like, you have to realize what you're doing to yourself and how I have to realize that the only reason my nutrition plan isn't working is because I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't blame the plan if you're not following it. And so sabotage is a huge thing. I do it every weekend, honestly. And so I'm putting it into it, right? And so I think all of us right now need to be like, here's how we're going to get results, because we can do the 100 workouts and still be exactly where you are right now if you don't change your nutrition, right? And that's the truth of the matter. If you don't change your nutrition, you will be exactly where you are right this second in 100 days, because you cannot outwork a bad diet. I've literally tried 750,000,365 trillion times.
Cannot. I will say I'll be like a walking testimony. You couldn't pay me to meal plan. Thank God I have a Celeste who meal plans for me.
We all need a Celeste.
We all need a wife, just in case. She's not rent-outable, we decided at Summit.
Oh, shit.
But I will say that I started this journey in January. And so when I did T20, I didn't have nutrition on my mind. Okay, yeah, I'm going to eat a salad. I'm going to not eat that much. The minute I decided to do the containers, it took my weight loss from like losing literally 2 pounds. And then by the end of the 6 weeks, I had lost close to 30 pounds doing T20. Right. And that was because of my meal planning. Yes, there are different things that you can try. Ultimate Portion Fix is a staple in my mind. I've done Weight Watchers before. I've done this, I've done that. So I've been able to find a balance in my clean eating. So when I tell you that changing your nutrition, you will feel, not only will you feel the difference, that's first and foremost, you'll see the difference.
Right.
It's powerful.
Yep, and that's why
guys, like I'm drinking my red wine right now because I'm literally trying to get rid of all of my red wine out of the house before Sunday, because then I
thought you had a drink.
I love to have fun. And I know a lot of you do, and it's summertime. So here's what you do. You drink vodka. There's ways to minimize the effects that the weekends have on us. And when you drink the vodka, don't eat the pizza, okay? Like, drink the vodka, go to bed, right?
And drink the vodka.
Like, everybody is not super, I need all the vegetables, I need all the whatever. We're living our life. We're having fun. Do the smart thing. That's all I have to say, really.
Yeah,
be prepared. Susie, my personal health coach, has told me to only drink vodka.
So, and I want to reiterate what she is saying about the vodka. You're not encouraging you to drink alcohol by any means, but if you decide to go on the weekend and you do decide to choose to party, whatever it is, go with vodka, Tito's Most, but you need to
yes.
No White Claw.
to just share, you need to, if you decide to drink, you just need to drink and be smart about it. Like maybe vodka and soda water, because vodka and like Coke is full of sugar. Like, you know, you need to make the right choices, or like the spiked seltzer is low in sugar. It's better than making a choice of rum and Coke, because rum has a lot of sugar and so does Coke. So, you know, it is about making that balance and making the right choices. And like you said, if you are going to drink, come home and chew and eat some vegetables, not pizza.
I'm going to drink because that's part of my lifestyle. So my key is to not eat the pizza later. Go to sleep. Don't eat the crap.
Yeah, and I think
I'm
like
just being honest, and I think that's
I love it. I love it.
90% of the people in our group.
I love it. No, but it's true, because it's like this is our life, and it's like we're not going to lie by saying that we're giving these things up, because we're just making it so that it will be in balance. And if we decide at the end of these 100 workouts, if we want to have pizza, you know, I'm going to have maybe a piece. I'm not going to eat the whole pizza pie, which I would have done in the past, because I have an endless garbage disposal, as my sister says. So we just make better choices. But really, you know, if we prepare for success, you guys, there's no reason all of us can't have success. And it's really important that even like me, where I'm sitting today in my journey, like I'm going to take those pictures, those goodbye pictures, and I'm going to take those measurements, because I also want to see change. And I'm going to, you know, dive in, like Brooke said, because those weekends are sabotage. Like you go right back to ground zero when you ruin your weekend and your diet because of whatever. And Jen is on this call, and Jen just went camping, and she is a true testament to the fact that you can take the fix to camping, and she did all the containers while camping. Like if she can do it camping,
I definitely did vodka and LaCroix. I don't know how basic that is, but I feel like it worked.
It did.
That's my girl. I love it. You guys know Beachbody has a nutrition app, right? It's totally showing up white on my thing, but you can, I suck.
Yes, it's a nutrition app. It's orange. The app is orange itself.
On Beachbody. You can track your food on the daily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you guys have any questions about this specific plan, or about the tracker app that we're using, or the nutrition app that she just mentioned? Okay. Well, thanks guys for getting on, and get ready to kick ass on Monday. It's going to be an awesome journey. And, you know, we have I think almost 100 people in this group, and we are going to just hit the ground running. Everybody's going to be doing the same workout every day, and we're just going to crush it with our nutrition, so that we can look at those goodbye photos and 100 workouts and be like, damn, I did good, because we're going to do this. We're doing this, you guys. High five all around. All right, guys, thank you so much for getting on, and let's get ready to crush it.
Thanks, Izzy.